What's going on, guys? JSGC here, back again with another football video, where today we're going to be doing my Premier League predictions ahead of match day number 14 in the Premier League, where we've got a full midweek calendar of games coming up. So, speaking about match day number 13, these games taking place just at the weekend, Saturday 29th of November. I had Brentford, Burnley down as a 2-0 Brentford win, finished 3-1 to Brentford. I had Man City down as 4-0 winners against Leeds. That finished 3-2 in Man City, just about getting the job done after going 2-0 up at half-time and looking pretty comfortable. Leeds United doing a brilliant comeback, and then Manchester City finding a 91st minute winner, with the game having some controversies as well, but a three points for Man City. Could well be a big 3 points come the end of the season as well. And then the final three games on Saturday I didn't do so great with. I had Bournemouth down as 2-1 away winners against Sunderland. Bournemouth went 2-0 up in that game, and I thought, Sunderland's bubble might just start to burst as we hit towards, these games coming in thick and fast every 3 to 4 days, squad rotation. You need a new squad depth there. That might just be a month where Sunderland start to struggle, and I thought Iriola's men might be able to make something happen, and they did. But Sunderland, giving them fair credit, really digging in deep and been the real surprise package, doing really well and continuing their good form, picking up a 3-2 win despite being 2-0 down, staging a fantastic comeback and picking up a big 3 points for Sunderland. So fantastic for them. I had Everton down as 1-0 winners against Newcastle. I finished 4-1 to Newcastle. Newcastle now, just like Aston Villa, just started to find their feet and looking good. They've got the quality, they just need the consistency, and they're just starting now to find that consistency. So I'd expect to see Newcastle, if they can continue that over the coming few weeks, to start to really climb up the Premier League table. And then finally I had Spurs down as 2-1 winners against Fulham. I did say in the video that I wouldn't be surprised to see Fulham do something, because it's just been classic Spurs, really. They can play really well and give any team on their day a really difficult game, and they're more than capable of getting off, taking big scalps and picking up big points against teams that maybe you'd expect Spurs to be losing against, and then they get games at home that you'd expect Spurs to be winning, and they're just not doing that, and the consistency just isn't there. And same again at the weekend, 2-1 Fulham. On to Sunday's games. I had Crystal Palace United, weren't sure what to do with that, went with a 1-1 draw, finished 2-1 to Manchester United. Aston Villa against Wolves, had that down as a 2-0 Villa win, finished 1-0 to Aston Villa. They got the job done, 3 points, still move on. Nottingham Forest Brighton, had that down as a 2-1 Forest win. Real good win for Brighton, clean sheet, couple of goals, 2-0 win there for Brighton. Again, looking very tidy, Brighton, a team that I think is worthy of everyone just keeping an eye on, because they could be, I wouldn't say as a surprise package. I'd expect Sunderland to be down near the relegation zone, so them competing towards the top of the league is a surprise package. I'd expect Brighton to be a top half team, a team that's capable of challenging for a potential European spot, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Brighton get a European spot this season. They're a very good team. So then picking up a fantastic away win against Nottingham Forest as well, who seem to have really fallen off since last season. Doesn't seem quite right at Nottingham Forest, going through managers and just struggling a little bit, aren't they? I had West Ham down as 2-0 winners against Liverpool, because Liverpool just not been in any kind of form, but still managed to pull off a good away win against West Ham. Clean sheet, couple of goals, 2-0 win for them. Liverpool, can they find the consistency? Can they get their season potentially back on track? We'll see. And then the only game that I did get correct was Chelsea-Arsenal. I was hoping it'd be 1-1. I could see both sides cancelling each other out. No surprise to see it's a feisty game, a low-scoring game, and that did finish 1-1. I think Arsenal would probably be disappointed with the result, considering Chelsea down to 10 men for a lot of the game, but here we are. So, moving on to match day number 14 from my performance in match day number 13 with 1 correct score, 3 correct results, 6 incorrect. Just a 3 out of 10 from me, not my best. Hopefully this will be better. Match day 14 started on Tuesday, 2nd of December. Tomorrow, all games being broadcast live on Sky Sports in the UK. We're starting off in the South Coast. We've got AFC Bournemouth taking on Everton at 7:30pm GMT, and I'm going with AFC Bournemouth to get back to winning ways, and I'm going with a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. It's a difficult game, that, for Everton. A difficult game that they had against Newcastle at home, didn't win that game, and then you got to follow that up a few days later with a difficult trip to the South Coast. Not going to be easy, and I think Bournemouth will win that game by 2-1. The other game kicking off at 7:30pm p.m. GMT is Fulham taking on Manchester City. This is a big game for Manchester City. It's a big week for Man City. Obviously managed to scalp their way to a win against Leeds United, and it's got to be any which way to win at this moment in time if they wanted to try and get that pressure onto Arsenal to try and get them to potentially crumble. They've got to try and stay within touching distance. So you look at City's schedule, it's Fulham away, followed by a game against Sunderland at home over the course of the next few days. City have got to be looking at and saying if they want to win the Premier League, it's got to be 6 points. So a difficult game at Craven Cottage. Fulham do tend to be quite an open team. They're not the best defensive team, so could be quite an open game. I wouldn't rule out Fulham doing something against City. I just think if City can make that game about quality and tighten up a little bit at the back, then I can see City edging the game. So I'm going 2-1 winners for Manchester City. And then the final game on Tuesday up in the northeast, you've got Newcastle United taking on Tottenham Hotspur at 8:15 p.m. GMT. Can't see anything other than Newcastle continuing their really fine home form, so I'm going with a good solid clean sheet 2-0 win for Newcastle. Now moving on to Wednesday 3rd of December, starting off in North London, you got Arsenal taking on Brentford at 7:30 p.m. GMT. Can't see anything other than Arsenal winning another London derby for them, so I'm going with Arsenal to win that game by 2-0. Then to the South Coast, this is an interesting game, arguably for me one of the games, if not the game of the week, of the week, not the weekend, of the week, because at 7:30 p.m. GMT, Brighton taking on Aston Villa, two very good teams in fine form, so that could go any which way. Going both teams to score, going Brighton to win that game by 2-1. And then to Lancashire, you've got Burnley taking on Crystal Palace at 7:30 p.m. GMT as well at Turf Moor. I'm going Crystal Palace to win that game by 2-1 and put further misery and some pressure onto Scott Parker in charge at Burnley. So I'm going 2-1 Crystal Palace win. And then the final game kicking off at 7:30 p.m. GMT is Wolves taking on Nottingham Forest. And I guess it's been a real boring game, so I'm going 0-0. So, moving on, the 8:15 p.m. GMT game, starting off in West Yorkshire at Ellen Road. You got Leeds United taking on Chelsea. That could be a feisty game. I'll be surprised if Chelsea don't win that game though, so I'm going Chelsea to edge that game. I'm going second half goal for them and 1-0 winners for Chelsea. And the other game is at Anfield, a real big test for both Liverpool and Sunderland, so real interesting game this one. But I'm going Liverpool to edge this one, and I'm going for them to make it back-to-back wins, so I'm going 2-1 Liverpool win. Liverpool surely got to be taking confidence off keeping a clean sheet and picking up a couple of goals and beating West Ham away from home. I know West Ham haven't been brilliant this season, but you still got to go there, turn up and make the result happen, and they've done that in a clean professional manner. So I'm going Liverpool to edge that game by 2-1. I wouldn't rule out Sunderland doing something though. And then the final game on Thursday 4th of December, you got Man United taking on West Ham at 8 p.m. GMT, and I'm going Man United to win that game as well. I can't see West Ham winning at Old Trafford. Had West Ham done something against Liverpool, I'd have been more inclined to say, yeah, you know what, I could see them going to Old Trafford and maybe picking up a point or something, but I can't see it, and I can see United edging that one. I can see it being a close game, but I'm going Manchester United to win that game by 2-1. So, they've been my predictions ahead of match day number 14 in the Premier League. Do get your predictions in at the comments below. Also, don't forget to leave a thumbs up on today's video. It lets me know that you are enjoying the videos. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new around here. It is free to subscribe. I'm going to keep you guys up to date with all the latest football content here on my YouTube channel, so do subscribe. It is free. And finally, social media links, they're in the description if you want to go and follow me on my X, Instagram and TikTok. Email also in the description too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. And I'll see you all again real soon for the next one. So I've been JSGC. Thank you everyone for watching. Hope everyone is safe and well. Peace. Ciao for now.